Welcome to the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense on the Spartan Media Network.
Throws the home run ball deep. Nick Marsh at the 10-yard line of Maryland. Angles to the right pylon. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. Childs takes a shotgun snap. He'll keep it. He has daylight. He's inside the 5. On his feet into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. Here we go. Back comes a little bit of a high snap. The kick is up, and it's good. Spartans win.
The Jonathan Smith Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans, dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Coors Light, choose chill. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartans athletics. And Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. And Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartan shopping experience. Now let's join our hosts, Jehuu Caulcrick and the legendary voice of Spartan football, George Blaha.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Coach Jonathan Smith Show, presented, of course, by Auto Owners Insurance. We are live at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. Nice to hear the crowd here. If you want to join our audience for any of the MSU Coaches shows, make your reservation by emailing coachesshows@onenorthdining.com. Fans know that we were halfway through the season. A lot of exciting games coming up. We've had our share of nice wins in the early half of it. And I know, Coach, you kind of had a get together with everybody on Sunday to refocus and go through some things.
Yeah, that's why we kind of approached it. We definitely took a look at the game on Saturday in regards to what took place and how we got to do a whole lot better than that. At the same time, had a perspective of just kind of going in at halftime. You played 6 regular season games. You got 6 regular season games left. And so thinking about what you do at halftime, right? You go in, you readjust, make adjustments, get freshened up, and to put the first half to rest because you know the game's won in the second half, and those type of conversations and trying to regroup. I thought it was important to get a pulse of where things are at with the guys, and the captains did an awesome job of continuing to lead and have some influence, and all of us take some responsibility for what had taken place really the last, call it 3 weeks. I did approached how we studied the film a little bit differently. Like think about offensively, they didn't go just into the position rooms and watch the tape. They got together as an offense. So if I play left guard, I can see how the receivers split or the depth he went on that route makes a huge difference, and vice versa. And so there was some accountability that was created in the room, and just try to change things up a little bit than a normal Sunday.
I'm sure Jehuu would agree because he was a captain. Captains, this is an important time to show your leadership, isn't it?
Oh, it definitely is. And, to Coach Smith, his mantra, he wants a player-led team. And these are the opportunities. These are the times where, it takes the captains stepping up. I've been, part of, games that happened, on Saturday. I've definitely been a part of that side of the scoreboard, and it takes the captain stepping up. It's a character game. That's what I look at as a character game. When you get your butt kicked in a way like that, is how you respond. And I love the fact that, Coach, you said you guys took a different approach. It's one of those games that you watch the film, you take a look at it, and it's like using Coach Izzo, the sledgehammer, to that film and put it behind you, and you move forward. And it's the second half, lots of football to be played.
There is. It's going to be important to move forward. We're definitely about learning, okay? We're not just trying to forget. We're definitely trying about learning, but we're also not just trying to carry added weight, baggage from the past, this and that. We still got 6 football games in front of us, and that kind of approach. And so each week is going to be new. We want to be in a constant state of improving, and sometimes you take setbacks, you can really improve from it, and we're going to need to, especially with the opponent we got coming to play on Saturday.
Yeah, we're talking about number 3, Indiana. Who would have ever thought the Hoosiers would be number 3 in America? I'm sure their fans are on cloud 9. They were last year. They had a great year last year. But it's a big opportunity for the Spartans to play in a hostile environment, to come together as a team, knowing we're going to have to play an excellent football game against those guys.
Yeah, and the big focus needs to be on ourselves, on our performance, and how we're preparing to do that, because we know, challenges, and they present some things really in all 3 phases, and we can get into those guys more as we go along here. But the big focus on ourselves, what we can control. We can control when we play defense and they run a particular scheme that we got a player in the B gap. You can play as hard and with as much energy as you want. If we got no one in the B gap and it turns into a 15, 20-yard gain, that's going to kill your energy in ways. And so we wanted to work on ourselves, controlling our energy and then obviously our execution.
We'll get a chance to look at the guys who couldn't go and how many could come back and help the Spartans this weekend. We'll do that later in the show, including some conversations about how Aiden Childs has been this week in practice. So stick around. I want to let you know, though, when you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local teams across the Midwest, from big league stadiums to the neighborhood ball field. Learn more at Meijer.com/community. This is the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance, here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Hey, Michigan State Spartans, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health, score a limited edition home field designed Michigan State Spartans t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Michigan State in the lead.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go, Spartans! SeatGeek.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Coach Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Spartan fans, App and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. Show up to donate blood to help your school win $1 million for the student or community health and score a limited edition Michigan State tee, and most importantly, save some lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to get in the game. And let's switch to an electrifying player who was a Spartan Player of the Week. And with that story, here's Dalton Shetler.
Tonight's Michigan State Player of the Week is number 6, Nick Marsh. The sophomore receiver from Detroit, Michigan, fought to the very end with this 5-yard pitch and catch for a score in the fourth quarter.
Second down and goal now for the Spartans at the UCLA 5. Marsh is wide left. Omari Kelly set to the right. Now Kelly starts in motion left. Milivojevic throws to Marsh on a crossing pattern. He'll grab it and get inside the right pylon. Touchdown, MSU.
Nick Marsh led the green and white with 7 catches for 77 yards in that Spartan score you just heard, with 4 of those receptions coming in the fourth quarter. Marsh leads the team with 29 catches and 4 receiving touchdowns, while being second on the year with 340 yards. Your Michigan State Player of the Week, Nick Marsh.
And, Coach, he did have a career-high 15 targets in that game. And, I know people think that you got to get the ball to that guy every time. but that's a pretty good number of targets.
That is a big number, and he's a really good player and all of that. And we want to continue to find ways to get the ball in his hands. At the same time, we talk a lot about balance, run to pass type, efficiency and things, and continue to have an emphasis on distributing the ball, because you look at, the offensive, we've gone 5 of 6 games now scoring on our first possession. So that's a nice start and things. And you look at that series, a couple other guys touched it in the same way. And so then a huge dry spell really throughout the game until the end. And so we looked at that heavily, just like we do at every game, of the distribution of the ball to players, along with the balance that you're looking to have run to pass.
Yeah. So you talk about that, and you hit on the fact that Nick had 15 targets that game. And, I know this is the halfway point in the season and reevaluating everything. Is it schematic wise? Because you have a bunch of weapons on the offensive side, especially in that receiver room there. How do you distribute to all those other guys and make sure they're involved and open things up? Like you said, that balance.
Yeah, it's our start at the schematics, and then some of it's dictated what you're seeing defensively, and then ultimately we do have a decision maker with the ball, right? The quarterback, and where this thing should go and the time it getting to the appropriate guy. And so, it sends out 15 targets for Nick, and I think there's probably 2 of those targets probably should have gone to someone else. And I go back to, again, this team had a lot of trying to do too much, trying to create something, because we wanted to kind of get some momentum going, and we fell into it a couple of times because, forced the ball to Nick, where he's finding some coverage lean his way. So we've got very capable guys on the other side to get it to.
And you have a capable quarterback in Aiden Childs. He really took a shot in that UCLA game and didn't finish the game. How has he been so far this week?
Yeah, he's been out there working in a limited fashion, but he's still getting a good amount of work. And he's a tough kid. Took a pretty good shot too. I'm still working through figuring out what's targeting, what's not.
Exactly.
At the same time. And it was unfortunate in regards to start the third quarter with rough first half, come back, regroup, all of that. Felt like if we started with the ball and we get put 7 on the thing, we're a 10-point game. And then, cross the 50, we get down there. He does need to continue to learn. Yeah, he's a great athlete, making guys miss. He competes with it, trying to almost do too much by making 2 guys miss and staying up. Sometimes you got to hit the turf before we can have a D lineman run right through his face.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I was going to talk about. You being a former quarterback, you have to learn to live another down,
right?
And when to slide, when to
And again, it's hard to fault the kid because he's playing so hard when he wants to go out and create.
Coach, let me ask you this: did you have a point in time in your career when you finally decided, wait a minute, we're relying on my arm a little bit here at Oregon State. I better stay in the game and keep away from some of these big hits?
Well, I'll tell you, I was not even near the ability, especially on Aiden's side, to go out and create. My best thing I did was get us in the right play, and oftentimes it was just handing the ball off.
But did you worry about staying in the game and staying healthy?
Yeah, you got to protect yourself, because there's some. Let's face it, the way we practice, and this isn't, this is normal. The quarterback's getting hit. You think about it, the only time he's getting hit is really through September to December. Spring practice, he's not getting touched. August, he's not getting touched. And so also understanding what you're prepared for physically.
Hard to win games without key people. And good to hear that it sounds like, anyway, Aiden will play on Saturday. But you have missed some other people. Stanton Ramil's still out. I know that Luka Vincic is out for the season. Christian Phillips and Ashton Lepo have been dinged up. That's just on the offense. I think I might. Oh, and Michael Masunas.
Yeah, Mike didn't finish the game as well. He's working through. I think he's got a maybe chance on Saturday. We'll see how that looks. I do think we got a chance to get some help back on defense. We were missing Ben Roberts last, and Jalen Thompson last weekend. Nakai Martinez was out. He's been out for a couple of games, and I think we got a chance to maybe get a couple of those guys back.
Ade Willie, your nickelback,
similar
played.
Similar, yeah.
Well, Jalen Thompson was coming off a nice effort. And
yeah, he played good in that last one, and then he had the late kind of a hamstring thing toward the end of the Nebraska game. So we're optimistic what he looks like for us on Saturday.
Well, that's all good news. We're live from East Lansing with the head coach of the Spartans, Jonathan Smith. Our show is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. This is the Jonathan Smith Radio Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Now, how do we get to the airport? Take mine.
Thanks, Jen.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Hear that roar? That's the sound of Spartan Nation. And Dean Trailways is right there, every mile of the way. As the official ground transportation provider of Michigan State Athletics, we connect Spartans to championships. For every game, every practice, every victory, we deliver it. Elite service that powers the green and white. When you demand championship-level transportation, Dean Trailways is your winning drive. Become part of our team at DeanTrailways.com.
Meet, greet, and compete in Michigan's capital city. The Lansing Sports Commission is dedicated to helping you host your next athletic tournament or event in Greater Lansing. Our free services include everything from event development and tournament planning to promotions and recruiting volunteers. No matter the sport, the LSC can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find details at lansingsports.org.
We are back live on the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And starting with this season, One North Kitchen and Bar is your game day location for away game watch parties. Join us to watch the Spartan football and listen live to the game day radio hosts as they break down the game. This is time now for our Alumni Hall trivia question. I know the answer to this one because I was there. Which Spartan has the most rushing yards ever in a single game against the Indiana Hoosiers? Now, even if you didn't know that, there's a certain person who would be the perfect guess. So come on up to the microphone. If you know the answer, you'll get football tickets and a gift card for Alumni Hall. Take it away, sir. Tell us who you are and where you're from.
Brian Ludington. I think it was the game I was at as well. And he ran so long and so hard that we had to take him out because he just got tired. Lorenzo White.
Yes, sir. 292 rushing yards in 1987. He had 286 against Indiana in 85. And when he blew past the Hoosiers, that sent the Spartans officially to the Rose Bowl. And roses were coming out of the press box. And Lorenzo was a magnificent player. He was a bruiser, even more so than Jehuu Caulcrick.
Lorenzo, he was a damn good player, and that's why he's called the Godfather here on campus for former players. Definitely 200-something yards, probably like how many carries? 50. A workhorse, a true workhorse. That's
George Perlis
cool.
was not ashamed to give the ball to a guy 50 times if he wanted it. And the great thing about Lorenzo is he wanted it.
Exactly.
And he knew he was going to get some bumps and bruises, but he probably passed out more bumps and bruises, kind of like you did, than the other guys gave to him. So congratulations. We'll send an Alumni Hall gift card out for the correct answer. It was Lorenzo White. That we say in the NBA, they're asking all these questions about who did this. The best guess is to just say Wilt Chamberlain.
Right.
And at Michigan State, a good guess is Lorenzo White.
I wish that kid was here who always gets it wrong, because he would probably said my name, and I would have felt a little better because he thought. But
thanks. We got a great crowd here, and we're happy to have a good football trivia question for you. And we'll take a longer look at the Indiana Hoosiers in just a moment. They've done some special things so far, including take down Oregon at Oregon last week, which we all know is a difficult place to play and a difficult team to beat. So stay with us. We'll be back with more presented by Auto Owners Insurance right here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
This is Billy.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
Here you go. Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Farm Bureau Insurance invites you inside the green for an exclusive dinner with basketball coach Tom Izzo. This unique experience includes a private dinner for one winner and 3 guests with Coach Izzo. The winner also receives a private tour of the Breslin Center, an autographed basketball from Coach, tickets to a future home game, and more. For more details and to register, visit InsideTheGreenSweeps.com. Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of Michigan State Athletics.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics. So crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us for the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Before we go any further, there's a very, very special guest here at One North Kitchen and Bar viewing the show tonight and listening. He's been a friend to every significant Spartan football coach since I can remember, done a whole lot for the program. Gregory Eaton, great to have you in the audience. Stand up and take a bow, buddy. I really wish you would. This is one green and white guy and does it in such a classy way. Great to have you here, Gregory. And Coach, when you're in your team's town, it's important to have guys like that who support you, isn't it?
Yeah, no question. And those that especially have experienced the place, know the place inside out, means deeply. How Michigan State football / athletics, that's the university. It has a deep meaning to them, and then they continue to be around it and support. It's a huge thing.
The Indiana Hoosiers with Coach Curt Cignetti off to another start that's hard to ignore this season. By the way, he is now 17-2 at Indiana, and whoever thought that was going to happen in Bloomington, a basketball town for the most part, and they really had their struggles in football. Some people felt sorry for him, but you can't feel sorry for him anymore, that's for sure. And they got a lot of weapons, and you got to face them at your place. What if you look back at some of the great road wins you've had? What has to happen to win a game against a good team on the road?
Yeah, you go on the road, you're going to need all 3 phases to contribute. You're going to have to overcome some adversity on the road of, we'll call it crowd noise, the game going back and forth, those kind of things. And because we're facing a complete team here. You look at Indiana, and there's reasons for their success is because they can beat you in all 3 phases. The explosive efficiency offensively, but they're probably statistically the best on defense. You see what they're doing, and credit to them. They went on the road this last week, played Oregon. They only gave up 13 points on defense. They had a pick 6. Oregon did to get them to 20. And so you do something like that against an offense. You look at the last time they played at home, Illinois. They've won some games. They've competed, and that score wasn't even close.
And they're probably an above average team, wouldn't you say, Illinois?
Yeah, again, going off tape, and again, we're only at the halfway point, and so we'll see how all these teams continue to grow and develop, and that's where I'm back to our opportunity. We still got our back half of the season here, and each week is going to be new, but we just know Indiana, go back to this complete team in all 3 phases. They've blocked 3 punts on special teams. I think their returner has 5 punt returns for over 20 yards, and so they can beat you in all 3 facets.
Yeah, Coach. So you talk about the three phases of the game, and a team like this that's talented on offense, defense, and special teams. How much stress do you place on the players, and during practice, the time that you have for special teams, for offense, defense, so you can compete on all three phases as well?
We're definitely trying to challenge them in practice and put them in stressful situations. And you're definitely trying to recreate their schematics. So, whatever the style of play they do, whatever opponent we're playing, offense, defensively, what they've shown on special teams, and try to make it difficult, to give them their best stuff. What would be really challenging to a call we have schematically. And that's why you go through in practice, you watch a lot of tape, because now we're especially 6 games into it. You can't practice everything they've done. There is a limitation to how much time you got to practice. So you got to make sure you're showing it on video. And I will say, I do think our guys' approach on that end of studying the tape, getting with coaches, getting extra time with coaches to make sure they've seen it and been prepared from a video standpoint week in and week out.
Back to the captains again. I think we should really call these guys by name and say what they've done to help your guys both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I know Q will be here in a bit. Maybe he'll start with on the offensive side.
That's Quindarius Dunnigan.
Yeah. Matt Goldman, came over here and played center for us. They're really playing at a really high level for us center. He was over here the last, it was a week or two ago with us. And he did. His voice, his leadership, his work ethic, he pointed that out really to the team again on Tuesday morning, along with Aiden Childs, in regards to competing and really just the intentionality of wanting to continue to work with everyone to continue to get better. Sam Edwards, class act, right?
Oh, yeah.
On, off the field, deep desire to see Michigan State succeed and have success. And it does everything for us, kind of a glue guy around the building. Jordan Hall, maybe the best player we got in regards to his voice and matching it with his play. And we feel Jordan when he's playing, and obviously we've had the small amount of time when he hadn't been there, and we felt that the same way.
Yeah, and the big thing that I want, it's not so much a question, it's more of a statement on my part there, that Spartan Nation, Spartan fans who know that these guys that we just mentioned, as the rest of the team, these guys want it. They want to be successful. There's not a time where they're in there saying, oh, you were just going to kick the can down the road. So these players are competitors. They want to be successful here. So as fans, we need to continue to give them that support week in and week out.
In terms of slowing down Indiana when they're on offense, Fernando Mendoza is their quarterback. He's a Miami kid who went to Colorado, then transferred to Indiana, 6'5", 225. A lot of big quarterbacks these days. Tell us about his game a little bit, Coach.
Yeah, he's ultra efficient. He's got a good arm. Very capable athlete. They're asking him to pull it, and he's willing to do it. And now he's effective in the kind of RPO world. I think when you're taking on a quarterback like that, receivers, you still try to make an offense one-dimensional. And so it starts with finding a way to contain the run game and force then at least one side to beat you. But he can beat you with the arm. He's got good receivers throwing to it. They got balance in the run game, and they've got a nice old line.
They have 3 running backs with multiple touchdowns: Roman Hemby, Kaylon Black, and a kid named Kobe Martin, who's a redshirt freshman out of the state of Indiana. What I noticed about their roster, he brought a zillion guys from James Madison, and most of them played right away and played well. Some of them are gone.
Right.
And the recruiting there has gone into the state of Indiana a little bit. So they're going back to the high schools, which is a traditional way of putting a team together. And that's probably not good news for everybody else in the Big Ten, but they're doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, well, definitely people are taking notice because they're winning a bunch of games, but also you take notice on how they're approaching, and we'll call it recruiting, and then their schematics, the style of play, and call a spade. You got to give them some credit to where they're at right now in this season. Obviously, we're ready to go out and compete, challenge with them, get to the fourth quarter, find a way to win the game. But do pay them respect for winning 6 games so far.
You don't want to dig yourself a big hole, and you want to make some early plays so the guys will feel like they get a very legitimate shot. And you know what? You always have a chance.
No question. Each week is different. I mean, you go through it in all these games, watch them across the country, and this team should win this game and this, that, and the other. What we want to be excited about ourselves, our prep, our opportunity we got on the back half of the season, starting the second half, and we're doing it to start in Indiana.
I'm excited about it. The Jonathan Smith Show is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. We'll be back in just a moment on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement. iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Auto Owners Insurance presents the Jonathan Smith Show from here at 1 North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. And every Sparty knows everybody needs a timeout every now and then, so why not take yours at the beach? Myrtle Beach is home to 60 miles of warm, sandy beaches, over 2,000 restaurants, and much more. Enter now for your chance to win your very own beach break getaway, compliments of Visit Myrtle Beach. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com MSU to enter. Your ultimate beach break is just one click away. Time for our player guest this week, a graduate senior defensive lineman, Quindarius Dunnigan. And here he is, folks, up front here at 1 North Kitchen and Bar. He joined the Spartan program in 2024, transferred from Middle Tennessee State. He has played in 17 games the past 2 seasons for the Green and White, 50 games overall in his collegiate career, voted a captain by his teammates following preseason camp. In the classroom, he's earned a bachelor's degree in allied health technology from Middle Tennessee State, and we're proud to have him in Green and White, Quindarius Dunnigan.
How we doing?
Great, Quindarius. Wonderful to have you here. You could tell, Jehuu, when this guy first got to campus that he was going to be a popular teammate and a leader and a very, very positive guy here. It's wonderful to have you with us, buddy.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. Yeah, it means a lot, really.
So the collisions that go on out there, you're in the middle of many of them, require brave guys to play this game. And that's why we salute these guys. Everybody loves the tailgates and the dinners and the parties, but somebody's got to be down there
right,
strapping it on and putting their body at risk. And we love you guys for that.
Oh, man, we appreciate all the support. Of course, football isn't an easy game to play, but, I mean, when you grow up playing it, you have no choice but to love it. Just appreciate everybody else that loves it the same way we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Coach, I like it. Yeah, go ahead. You can clap. Coach talked about, hitting up his halftime of the season. 3-3 is the record. Lots of football still ahead of you. Lots of opportunities. A lot of the goals that you got set in preseason still ahead of you there. Yep. So coming into the halfway point, what is the message? You being a captain, what's the message that you relay to the team?
Yeah, belief is the biggest thing, and faith. Just having trust in the job that each guy does, and having trust that, I mean, even in yourself as well. We worked our butts off during the that entire off season, and we believe in that work that we put in. All we got to do is just get back to the team that we know that we are. Yeah.
What's it like being in East Lansing, a town that is crazy about football and where the green and white means something?
Man, it's awesome. I hadn't been a part of a fan base like this where, I mean, you can go anywhere and spark a conversation about football and it'll last for an hour or two. Like, I mean, I appreciate it really.
That's neat.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't, well, it helped me get used to the cold, me being from Tennessee. So I appreciate the warm hugs and welcome that the fans had here.
That's good. That's good.
Langi Suionoa is your defensive line coach and a highly respected guy and a very likable guy. What's it like playing for him?
Man, he has all my respect. When I first got up here I was only up here for like a 24-hour official visit. Spent majority of that time with Coach Langi, learning who he was as a person. Huge family man, a real model, just man in general. I don't mind going to him for advice about, of course, football, but life in general. Really loves his family, an amazing husband. He knows a lot about the game. I got so much love, and so much respect for the man. So I'm happy I have the opportunity to play for him.
His daughter was in the booth with us on Saturday, and just fun to see her. Or was it a son or a daughter? I can't remember now. About a 10-year-old, and
daughter probably then. Yeah.
And it was just fun to see family be part of our family.
Absolutely.
When we're broadcasting the game. So it's nice to have her here.
Q, you're a 3-sport athlete, track, you did the discus and basketball and football. What was it that separated you to football, and what drew you to football as opposed to, hoops or track?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing football since I was like 7 years old. It was really my first sport that I fell in love with. I was at like my daycare or after school care. We playing just 7-on-7, or we call it kangaroo fumble, or throw them up, beat them up, whatever you want to say it. But I mean, it was just that appreciation of, okay, this leather ball is getting bounced around every which way. You just want to pick it up and go score. Just falling in love with that. Really, that's kind of what it stuck with. Coming all the way up to high school, I wanted to explore different sports, of course, and kind of figure out, what it is, what other things do I like, because you can't play football year round, sadly. But yeah, basketball was fun. I enjoyed it, and shot put and discus was also a blast. So it was really just the community around it.
Would you throw in the shot and disc?
So shot put, I think the most I got was like 45 or 50 feet. So I mean, it was cool, but discus was my love. I really loved discus. I think I won state back-to-back years with 150 at least. I can't remember what exactly the exact one, but
yeah,
I enjoyed it though. I did.
A little funny story about that. So when I came to Michigan, I did shot put. I went in to talk to the track coach because I was going to do track in the spring. And so he's sitting there looking at the schedule, and I was like, hey, March 9th, it's a meet. He's like, yeah, we go in the spring. I was like, I have a trip to Acapulco. It's spring break. And there ended my track career.
Here I was expecting the football coach was going to tell him that he couldn't be in track. I just heard Quindarius say you can't play football 12 months a year, sadly. You like to have a guy with that kind of an attitude, don't you, Coach?
No question. And you talk about it, but pure passion and joy for playing the game, practicing the game. This guy is it. I don't know if everyone's aware. He's got the kind of the unique distinction also being one of the veterans on the team, 7th-year college football player as well. And we highlighted that, I think, when we introduced each other in August. Everyone's got to introduce themselves in August camp, and that was some. I think about that though, bro. Tell you 7 years playing this game. What are some takeaways up to this point in your career that this game has helped you with, or what you've experienced in 7 years?
Yeah, I mean, right, like, because 7 years is a very long time to play college sports, of course. Didn't come into school in 2019 and think, yeah, I'm going to play 7 years of football, and especially think that I'm going to be playing at Michigan State. Really, the biggest thing that it taught me is just to have faith in God. I had no idea what his plan was for me, and I thought, like, yeah, I'll do 4 years, and I'm going to the league, and everything's going to work out well. My family's going to be proud. But I mean, now I'm in a whole new place, surrounded by whole new people, learning a whole lot of new things. And he's been consistently with me throughout the entire time. So just my faith has grown exponentially, especially since I've been here in Lansing.
You mentioned your faith has grown. Went on a pretty impactful trip, in the summer. You mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah, Ultimate Training Camp through Athletes in Action. It's a sports student athlete ministry on campus. Man, we went out there to Colorado, spent the week out there. Had no idea, no expectations or anything at all. They started off kind of light, and they're teaching us like just breaking down not our faith, but how we practice our faith completely, and how we can represent God in our sport, and how we turn the time that we spend within those white lines into a place of worship rather than a place of just competition. And it was all great. And then we got to the exercise portion of it. And it was like a 20-hour straight boot camp that I had no idea I signed up for.
Yeah.
And there were so many ups and downs, a lot of downs though. But I mean, by the end of it, I really got a great connection, a lot closer with my connection and faith in God. He really sat me down at a point where he was just like, listen, you gotta trust me with this. And I absolutely did. And I met so many great people during the process as well. So
great story, Quindarius. Nothing's more important than that. But what about that degree in allied health technology? What are your career plans?
Yeah, I want to be in radiologic technology once I get done with playing football. Thinking about school as far as medical school, but I mean, I've been in school 7 years. It kind of takes a lot of it out of you. So I'll probably take a break for a little while, but I do want to start with either sonography or X-ray technology, and kind of just go from there. Just see whatever God has planned for me.
Well, congratulations on all your academic and athletic success. Wonderful to have you here. Good luck at Bloomington this week. Let's shock the world. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Quindarius Dunnigan with us on the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. We'll be right back.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
.org.
Need up-to-date information on how to listen to the Spartans? Make sure to follow the Spartan Media Network on social media to see upcoming broadcasts of coaches' shows, ball games, features, and exclusive clips. Check out the Spartan Media Network on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and follow your radio home of the Michigan State Spartans. Go Green!
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go Green!
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street, you're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
We are back with more Spartan football on the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Spartan fans, carry the only colors in your wallet with an MSU FCU Visa credit card featuring the iconic Spartan helmet. Earn cash back on every purchase and show your pride with every one of those swipes. Visit msufcu.org today. MSU Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. Well, it's a heck of an opportunity for the Spartans to go down to Indiana and play what very well could be the Big Ten's best team. There's maybe some others in the running, but it'd be hard to say they're not, really.
Yeah, you look at them at a halfway point, they're playing at a high level, and that opportunity you think about for us to, start the second half of the season, go to a place that gets a really good team that's playing well on the road. I think about opportunity in general, right? You get to the halfway point of the season, let's face it, we are down a few guys, but that opportunity for the next guy to step up and get an opportunity. These guys work so hard. I think about some of them, we can only play 11 at a time. We've got over 100 on the roster, and so a few guys have been working really hard. Well, now they're going to catch their opportunity to go out and play and pay, go through. And so, our guys have been excited about this opportunity to go compete at a really high level and show all the work they've put in.
Yeah, and to that point, the word opportunity, that's something that's cool. As a former player, especially here at Michigan State, have the opportunity to play, the number one ranked team coming in, or anytime you have this chance to go out there and do that, you as a player, you get excited about it, because if your goal, your dreams, your desires to play at the next level, these are the types of film that NFL scouts will put up.
Yeah, there's no question. We had a bunch of scouts out there today, and the early, they want to see them on the practice field, but then they go and watch tape in the building, and they're pulling up you playing against the best that you played and all of that. And so it is a big time opportunity for guys to continue to chase their goals that way.
The Hoosiers have found a way to win. They're a confident team. You got to catch some of that confidence, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, because they found a way to win. Again, credit to them, but this has not been a blowout every single week, right?
Exactly.
We talked about the Duck game previously.
They almost lost at Iowa.
This thing's a tie game all the way down to the last couple of minutes, and again, they separate with a touchdown throw. So there's been plenty of games that they have shown that this is neck and neck, and they found, credit to them, found a way to win, and that's where our opportunity comes again this Saturday to prove that we're capable of doing the same thing.
Sometimes that record that you have doesn't really tell the whole story. As Coach just said, Indiana didn't waltz in every one of their games. And certainly it was a battle at Oregon, obviously, but it looked like Iowa had beaten them in Iowa City, and then things happened at the end of that game. So 3-3 doesn't necessarily just totally describe the Spartans either.
No, I think it's the same way almost to you think about stats. Now, stats don't lie, right? But they don't tell the entire truth or paint the entire picture. I think records are the same way. Each week is new, right? And so each time you're going to line up, the best team's going to win. Whoever plays the best for 60 minutes, sometimes a little bit more. And so that's why back to this opportunity to compete against a really good team on this Saturday.
Yeah, and one thing that I also like, and you touched on a little bit, and throughout the season, you purposely, rotated a lot of guys, in the game. So when opportunities like this come, when you're playing the number 3 team in the country, you go out there, there's no deer in the headlight looks. You're playing in the Big Ten, you're playing on a big stage. You can, go out there. I'm excited about this game because, at the end of the day, any given Saturday, that's why you play the game. It's not what's on paper and what's not. It's why you play the game. And I think, this staff and this team's going to have these kids ready to go. So I'm excited to, be there and have the opportunity to call it too with you, George.
Well, we'll have more from Jehuu and Coach Smith. This is the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Mind your business, Billy.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
Labatt and Game Day, the perfect combo for football, friends, and a little friendly fire.
Nice jersey. Guess they were out of adult sizes.
Labatt is the beer that's there for every good-natured jab, every ridiculous comeback, because with friends, roasting each other is just another way to say,
"You're an idiot, but I love you."
Labatt, brewed for the roast. Always enjoy responsibly.
Thank you for joining us and the Spartan Faithful here at 1 North for the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Thanks, everybody. You want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief as well every weekday on all of our Spartan Sports Network affiliates, presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. Find a local independent agent near you by visiting www.fmins.com. On the road, and the road games, you have to have a little different mindset and be maybe even a little more organized, you think?
Well, yeah, you think about substitutions and organizing crowd noise, communication, all of that. Yeah, you got to be on there because you can take 74 on a road game. You can dress your entire roster if you want to at home. There's a difference.
We have one of our very loyal supporters with a question. Tell us who you are, buddy.
Gary from East Lansing. Coach, we recorded the game and rewatched it as we normally do. And going through that game, there were two what looked to me like clear helmet-to-helmet targetings. One was the one that took out Aiden, as you mentioned. And the other one, I think, was on Masunas. I'm not sure. And the TV commentators even commented on that one. Neither was called. And my question is, when something like that happens, if you don't see it, and you can't, jump up and down and yell and complain and review it at the time, is there anything that can be done afterwards to call their attention? It's not going to change the outcome, but to get better calls in the future?
Well, even you mentioned that, like, to call their attention, the Big Ten Conference, every play, even if nothing's flagged, nothing's delayed, they are trying to, I say trying because I don't think it's been on it all the time, but anyhow, they are observant. Every tackle, every collision, they've got actually a team of reviewing each play, and that's why sometimes there's a pause. The referee's standing over the ball. They're trying to buy them a little bit more time to make sure of the play. So they go in the season and even each game. You meet with the officials before the reviews. They'll be reviewing things and all of that. Yes, if I completely disagreed on something like that, I could call timeout and whatnot, but I can't throw a flag myself, that kind of thing. And you got to try to have confidence with what they're reviewing. I will say on the targeting thing, they're trying to grow. I do think the rule has made the game safer, but I would argue that I think sometimes the penalty outweighs the actual call, and then vice versa when it doesn't get called. And so I'm not totally answering your question, but I will say they are flat out reviewing every contact out there per play, especially ones that look like it. And I think about Aiden's one. The reality is, he went down. So there was a couple of minutes where they had plenty of time upstairs to be looking at the thing, and that's the non-call they made.
That's a great challenge in college football to figure out what to call and what the penalty should be. Once in a while, the penalty is too strong for what happened. You can see that, and oftentimes nothing's called, and you get somebody as important as Aiden Childs banged up.
Yeah, and again, it is starting with being safety, and not just about the person getting hit, but the tackler themselves. And I do think coaches across the country, we've gotten better and better at making this game safer. But I just go back to the consistency, one of the calls, and then the consequence of calls is pretty strong.
We are live here from 1 North Kitchen and Bar, East Lansing, for all the Spartan Coaches radio shows. 1 North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in just a moment.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Owners make sense for you.
You didn't do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
Labatt and Game Day, the perfect combo for football, friends, and a little friendly fire.
Nice jersey. Guess they were out of adult sizes.
Labatt is the beer that's there for every good-natured jab, every ridiculous comeback, because with friends, roasting each other is just another way to say,
You're an idiot, but I love you.
Labatt, brewed for the roast. Always enjoy responsibly.
This is the Jonathan Smith Radio Show from One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. Big game this weekend. Is there something that you could see maybe as a key to for the Spartans to hang an L on those guys at their place?
There's multiple, but I think it narrowed down to I think about the turnover margin going on the road, especially. I do think about a special teams play changing the game, trying to make them offensively one-dimensional. If we can get those things done, I feel good about our chances.
Okay, Coach. Thanks so much for being here. Good luck on Saturday. We're all pulling for you. It would be a wonderful game to get.
No question.
Thanks, everybody. Chris Ordway is our audio engineer. Matt Contreras Venezuela, our producer. Gage Dansby's our video streamer. And we're in One North. For Jehuu and Coach Smith, I'm George Blaha. Thanks for joining us. Go green, go white.
You've been listening to The Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. The Jonathan Smith Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Coors Light, choose chill. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartans athletics and Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. And Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartan shopping experience. The Jonathan Smith Show has been a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time on this network station for all of the action of Michigan State Spartan football, a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.